Ladies and gentlemen, there's something powerful that happens when we realize that we are not here by accident. That all the twists, turns, highs, and lows of our lives have a purpose. Today, I want to talk to you about the truth that might change the way you view everything you've gone through, everything you're going through, and everything that lies ahead. The truth that you are here for a reason. The challenges you face, the moments that seem impossible, the dreams that sometimes feel out of reach, there is a plan behind it all. You see, life doesn't always make sense. There are times when you look around and you ask yourself, what is this all for? You might even feel like you're stuck in a place where nothing seems to move. But I want you to understand something deep in your heart. All of it is a part of something bigger. There's a reason for every struggle, every setback, and every moment of doubt. You're not alone in this journey. You might not always see the bigger picture, but believe me, there's a greater design behind everything you've been through. It's not always easy, but growth never is. The pain, the hardships, they shape you. They prepare you for something more, something greater than you could ever imagine in this moment. So many people wake up each day carrying the weight of the world on their shoulders. They have dreams, ambitions, but somewhere along the way, something happens. They hit a wall. They face a disappointment. They experience a failure that knocks the wind out of them. And for a moment, they begin to doubt. They begin to ask themselves, am I really supposed to be here? Am I really capable of achieving what I want? Or am I destined to fall short? Listen to me, because I need you to hear this. You are not here by chance. Your life is not a series of random events that just happened. You are not the sum of your failures or your mistakes. No, you're the sum of every single moment that brought you here. Every setback, every challenge, every moment of pain, it's all a part of the plan. That struggle you went through, that disappointment you faced, that fear you felt, all of it has been a step on the path that leads you to your purpose. The one thing you have to do is keep moving. Even when it seems like nothing is going your way, you've got to keep moving. You know, when I first started out, I didn't have it easy. There were moments when I thought about giving up. There were moments when I felt like I wasn't good enough or I wasn't going to make it. But I stayed the course. I kept moving even when the road seemed tough, even when it felt like I was losing. And you know what? That's when things started to change. It's easy to be discouraged when the results don't come immediately. But what you've got to understand is that success, greatness, is built over time. It's not built on one moment, one chance, or one piece of good luck. It's built through consistency, through faith, through perseverance. The most successful people you see in this world, they didn't get there by avoiding challenges. No, they got there by facing the challenges head on, by staying in the game, by continuing to believe in themselves when no one else did. That's the key. Believe in yourself, even when it feels like the world is against you. Because the truth is, the world can't stop you unless you let it. The only thing that can stop you from fulfilling your purpose is giving up. If you refuse to quit, if you refuse to let the struggles define you, there is no limit to what you can achieve. Think about it. You have everything inside you that you need to succeed. You have the tools, you have the strength, you have the resilience. All of it is in you. But it's not enough to just have it, you've got to use it. You've got to tap into that power within you. You've got to dig deep when the going gets tough. Because there will be times when you'll feel like you're on the edge, when it feels like the world is too heavy to carry. But I want you to remember this: you are stronger than you think. There's a saying that says it's not the strongest of the species that survive, nor the most intelligent, but the ones most responsive to change now. Change is tough. It can be uncomfortable. It can be painful, but it's necessary. When you face adversity, when things don't go your way, it's because you're being shaped. You're being prepared. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to grow, to evolve, to become who you were always meant to be. Don't let the tough moments define you. Let them refine you. Let them mold you into something greater. The scars you carry, they're not signs of weakness. They are proof that you fought. They are proof that you made it through. And when you keep moving forward, those scars will become your testimony. They will be the proof to others that they can make it too. Life is not easy, but I promise you this, if you trust in the process, if you keep pushing through, you'll see the fruit of your labor. The pain won't last forever. But your perseverance, that will stay with you. That will carry you through every storm. And when the doors seem to be closing, when it feels like you've hit every wall, remember this, sometimes the doors that seem closed are the very doors that are leading you to something greater. You might not understand it in the moment, but that closed door is a part of the plan. The plan might not always look the way you think it should. It might not come in the package you expect. But if you trust in it, you'll see that it leads to a place far greater than you could have imagined. Now, don't get me wrong. It's not always going to be easy. There will be times when you feel tired. There will be moments when the doubt creeps in, when the fear gets too loud. But that's when you have to stand tall. That's when you have to remember that you are made for more, that you were built to overcome, to rise, to achieve. You've got a purpose that is bigger than you know, and that purpose is worth fighting for. Every day is an opportunity to move one step closer to your dreams. Every single day, you've got to ask yourself, what am I doing today that will get me closer to where I want to be? What steps am I taking to fulfill the potential inside of me? It's easy to get distracted by the noise. It's easy to get discouraged by what others are doing, by what they have. But don't focus on what others are doing. Focus on what you can control. Focus on becoming the best version of yourself. Stay focused on your mission, on your goals, and don't let nothing get in the way of that. Now, I'm not saying there won't be moments of doubt. I'm not saying there won't be days when it feels like the weight of the world is too much to bear. But I am telling you that you're not alone. There is something greater than you, something guiding you, leading you to your purpose. Trust in that guidance. Believe in the process. And know that every step you take, even the tough ones, is a step toward fulfilling the plan that's been designed for you. When you finally realize that there's a bigger plan for your life, when you trust that you're exactly where you're supposed to be, you will walk with confidence. You will stand tall, knowing that no matter what comes your way, you are destined to succeed. So the next time you face a challenge, the next time you feel like giving up, remember this, you are not here by accident. You are here for a reason. And the plan for your life is already in motion. All you have to do is trust it. Keep moving forward. Keep believing. And know that greatness is just on the other side of your struggle. Stay focused, stay strong. You've got this. Keep moving. Your purpose is waiting. Life's challenges are not random. They are part of a bigger plan that shapes you for your greater purpose. Every difficulty, setback, and moment of doubt is an opportunity for growth and preparation. Success doesn't come easily. It's built through consistency, resilience, and refusing to quit, even when things seem impossible. The key to achieving your dreams is to keep moving forward, no matter how tough it gets. Despite the external challenges or discouragement, you must believe in yourself and trust that you have the strength and tools to overcome any obstacle. You are stronger than you think, and your perseverance is what will carry you through. Adversity and discomfort are necessary for personal transformation. Each challenge refines and molds you into the person you are meant to become. Don't fear the difficult moments. Instead, let them shape you for something greater. Trust that there is a greater plan guiding your life, even if it's not always clear. Focus on your own path, stay committed to your mission, and keep believing in the journey, knowing that success is the result of consistent effort and faith. In life, it often feels like the struggles we face are meaningless, that they are just a series of random events that inconvenience us or set us back. But the truth is, every struggle, every obstacle, and every challenge is a vital part of the journey that shapes who we are and who we're meant to become. It may not always be apparent in the moment, but there is a purpose behind every single struggle we go through. The pain, the hardship, the frustration, it all contributes to a bigger picture that we may not always be able to see clearly from where we stand. Let me tell you, life is not easy. It's not meant to be. If everything was smooth sailing all the time, we would never grow. There would be no opportunity for transformation, no room for progress. Struggles don't happen just because life is cruel or unfair. They happen because they push us to evolve. They force us to look beyond our current limitations and search for something greater within ourselves. Each time we face a challenge, we're given a chance to become better, stronger, and wiser. The pain, the loss, the frustration, it's all building us into the person we are meant to be. Think about it. If we never faced hardship, we would never learn the value of resilience. If we never experienced failure, we would never understand the true meaning of success. Struggles help us build character, sharpen our abilities, and deepen our understanding of what's truly important in life. Every struggle, no matter how small or large, is preparing us for the next step in our journey. It's shaping our destiny, even when we don't fully comprehend it. Look back at some of the hardest moments in your life. What did they teach you? How did they shape you into the person you are today? The tough moments often reveal things about ourselves that we didn't know were there. We discover strengths we didn't realize we had. We find resilience in places we never thought to look, and we uncover a depth of character that we never thought possible. The struggles you faced in the past have played a significant role in bringing you to where you are now. And as much as it may have hurt, as much as it may have been difficult to endure, those struggles were necessary for your growth. When you're in the middle of a struggle, it's hard to see the purpose. It feels like the world is closing in, like there's no way out, the future is uncertain. But that's precisely when you have to remind yourself that this struggle is not the end. It's just one part of the journey. Think of it like a storm. A storm can be violent and intense, but after the rain comes the sunshine. The storm will pass. And when it does, you'll be stronger. You'll have learned something new, and you'll be more prepared for the next storm that comes your way. Consider the process of a seed growing into a tree. The seed must break open and push its way through the soil to reach the surface. It faces resistance, the weight of the earth pressing down on it, yet it continues to push forward. Without this struggle, the seed wouldn't be able to sprout into the tree it was destined to become. It needs the struggle to grow. It needs the pressure, the resistance, the challenge in order to thrive. And that's how it works for us too. We are constantly growing, constantly evolving, and every challenge we face is a part of that process. In the midst of these struggles, it's natural to feel overwhelmed or frustrated. You may question whether it's all worth it. But the key is to trust in the process, to know that the struggles you're facing are not a sign of defeat, they're a sign of progress. They're a sign that you're moving forward, even when it feels like you're not. The most successful and accomplished people didn't get to where they are by avoiding obstacles. They got there by facing them head on. They didn't shy away from the struggle, they embraced it. They knew that every challenge they overcame was another step closer to their purpose. Sometimes the struggles we face can feel personal, like we're being singled out for hardship. But the truth is, everyone faces challenges. Everyone has their battles to fight. No one is exempt from struggle. It's part of the human experience. And while we can't always control the circumstances we find ourselves in, we can control how we respond. We can choose to let the struggle define us in a negative way, or we can choose to let it refine us to make us better, stronger, and more capable. It's easy to look at someone else's life from the outside and think they've got it all together. It's easy to assume that their success came easily, that they didn't face the same struggles we do. But the reality is that everyone has their own battles, their own trials, their own moments of doubt and difficulty. The difference between those who succeed and those who give up is how they handle their struggles. The successful ones don't see obstacles as roadblocks, they see them as stepping stones. They see each struggle as an opportunity to grow and to learn, to get one step closer to their ultimate goal. Take a moment and think about the person you admire most, the person who has accomplished great things in their life. Chances are they've had their own share of struggles. They've faced their own doubts, their own failures, and their own moments of hardship. But they didn't let those moments break them. They used them to fuel their fire, to propel them forward. They didn't let the struggles take away their vision or their sense of purpose. Instead, they leaned into them, knowing that those very struggles were helping them grow into the person they were meant to be. So what does this mean for you? It means that no matter what you're going through right now, it's not in vain. The challenges you face are not there to punish you. They are there to prepare you. They are there to shape you into the person you need to become in order to achieve the greatness that is waiting for you. The pain you're feeling right now is temporary, but the strength, wisdom, and resilience you gain from it will last a lifetime. But it's up to you how you view those struggles. You can look at them as obstacles that are standing in your way, or you can see them as opportunities to grow. You can let them defeat you, or you can let them build you. The choice is yours. Life is not about avoiding struggle. It's about embracing it, learning from it, and using it to move forward. It's about seeing every challenge as a step towards something greater. There's a saying that goes, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. While that may sound cliche, there's truth in it. Every time you face a hardship and make it through to the other side, you're a little bit stronger. Every time you overcome a challenge, you gain new strength and resilience. You grow in ways that you couldn't have if you had avoided the struggle. So don't shy away from the difficulties in your life. Don't try to escape them. Instead, face them head on. Embrace them. Know that they are there for a reason. They are helping you become the person you were always meant to be. And when you come out on the other side, you'll look back and see how far you've come. You'll see how much stronger you are, how much wiser you are, and how much closer you are to fulfilling your purpose. It's easy to get lost in the pain of the moment, to feel like you're drowning in your struggles. But remember this, the storm will pass. The sun will shine again. And when it does, you'll look back on the struggles you face and realize that they were the very things that made you who you are today. They were the building blocks of your future, the stepping stones that led you to greatness. Every struggle, every challenge, every obstacle is part of your story. It's a chapter in your book that will one day be looked back on as the turning point, the moment that changed everything. So keep going. Keep pushing through. The struggle may seem hard now, but it's shaping you for something incredible. The best is yet to come. And every challenge you face is leading you to a future that is far greater than you could ever imagine. Keep your head up, your heart strong, and your faith unshakable. The purpose of your struggle is bigger than you can see right now, but trust me, one day it will all make sense. Life at times can feel like a long and winding road with obstacles at every turn. No matter how hard you try to move forward, it feels like something always stands in your way. Whether it's a personal setback, a professional challenge, or an unexpected life event, it can feel as though the world is pushing against you. In moments like these, the difference between those who succeed and those who fall short is perseverance. Perseverance is not just about continuing to move forward when the going gets tough. It's about having the strength to stay committed to your path despite the difficulties, setbacks, and failures that you may encounter along the way. It's about trusting the process, believing in yourself, and never giving up, no matter how impossible things may seem. Think about the greatest successes in history, whether in sports, business, or personal achievement. Behind every victory, every milestone, and every triumph, there were countless obstacles, challenges, and failures. But the one thing that kept those individuals moving forward was their ability to persevere. They didn't let the setbacks define them. Instead, they used them as stepping stones to something greater. They understood that obstacles weren't signs to quit, they were signals to keep pushing forward, to dig deeper, and to become stronger. Perseverance is not simply about enduring hardship for the sake of it. It's about continuing to move forward with purpose, even when the journey becomes overwhelming. It's about refusing to let temporary difficulties derail your long-term vision. There will always be moments when you question yourself, when doubt creeps in, and when it feels like you're not making any progress. It's easy in those moments to feel discouraged, to feel like you're not getting anywhere, but that's when perseverance matters most. In fact, that's when it becomes most important to push through, even when the end goal feels too distant, even when the obstacles seem insurmountable. The key is to remember that no matter how difficult the path, every step you take brings you closer to your destination. Perseverance is the fuel that keeps you going when others might quit. It's the unwavering belief that the obstacles you face are not the end of the road, but simply a part of the journey. Those who persevere understand that every difficulty is temporary. The road to success is not a straight line, and it's not a path that's free from struggle. If anything, the road to success is filled with roadblocks, detours, and tough times. But perseverance teaches you to embrace the struggle. It teaches you to keep going even when things are hard, to push through when everything inside you is telling you to quit. When you are committed to your journey and determined to reach your goal, the obstacles will become easier to face. Sure, they may still be difficult, but your mindset will change. Rather than seeing them as setbacks or insurmountable challenges, you will begin to see them as opportunities for growth. Every obstacle is a lesson, a chance to develop your skills, your patience, and your strength. With perseverance, you stop fearing the obstacles, and instead you welcome them. You know that overcoming each one is a victory in itself, and that with each victory, you become stronger, wiser, and more prepared for the next challenge. Think about the countless people throughout history who achieved greatness despite facing tremendous adversity. They didn't get to where they are by avoiding obstacles. They didn't get to where they are by walking a path of ease and comfort. No, they got there by persevering through the toughest challenges life could throw at them. They understood that the journey would be difficult, but they didn't let that stop them. They kept moving forward step by step, even when they didn't know what would come next. They trusted that if they kept going, if they kept fighting, eventually they would reach their destination. But it's not always easy to keep going when the odds are stacked against you. There will be times when you feel like you've given everything you have and still you're not making progress. There will be moments when you feel like your efforts are in vain, when you feel like you're spinning your wheels and getting nowhere. In those moments, it's easy to be tempted by doubt. It's easy to wonder if all the effort you're putting in is really worth it. But this is where true perseverance shows itself. Perseverance is about continuing to believe in yourself even when the results aren't immediately visible. It's about knowing that the work you're putting in is not in vain, even if it feels like it is. It's about trusting that the small steps you're taking every day are leading you closer to your goal, even if the destination is not yet clear. It's in the hardest moments that perseverance is most valuable. When you're faced with failure, when things aren't going your way, that's when you need to dig deep and remind yourself why you started this journey in the first place. That's when you need to remember that no failure is final, no setback is permanent, and no obstacle is too great to overcome. It's in those moments that perseverance becomes the key to your success. It's what will keep you going when everything else feels like it's falling apart. One of the most important things to understand about perseverance is that it's not about being perfect. You don't have to get everything right. And you don't have to avoid mistakes. In fact, mistakes are a natural part of the process. No one has ever achieved greatness without failing along the way. What matters is how you respond to those failures. Do you let them stop you? Or do you get back up and try again? Perseverance is not about never falling down. It's about getting up every time you do. It's about continuing to move forward, even when you've been knocked down, even when it feels like there's no way forward. There are going to be moments when you feel like you're on the verge of giving up, when you feel like you've done everything you can and it still isn't enough. But in those moments, it's important to remember that the people who succeed are the ones who refuse to quit. Even when it seems like success is impossible, they keep going, they keep fighting, they keep believing in themselves even when others may not. They keep showing up every day doing the work, even when it feels like it's all for nothing. And eventually, all that perseverance pays off. The seeds you've planted, the effort you've put in, the lessons you've learned, they all come together, and you find yourself closer to your goal than you ever thought possible. Perseverance is the key to unlocking your potential. It's the secret ingredient that turns failure into success, challenges into growth, and obstacles into stepping stones. It's about trusting the process, trusting yourself, and never, ever giving up. Even when the road is tough, even when the journey seems endless, perseverance will carry you through. It will give you the strength to keep moving forward, the courage to keep pushing through, and a belief that no matter what, you will succeed. Success is not guaranteed to those who never fail, but to those who refuse to give up. You are stronger than you think. Your ability to persevere is the key to unlocking your full potential. No matter how many obstacles you face, no matter how many setbacks you endure, you have the power to keep going. When the road gets tough, dig deeper. When you want to quit, remind yourself why you started. And when it feels like you're not making any progress, keep going. Perseverance will carry you farther than you can imagine. Trust in the process, trust in your ability, and trust that success will come to those who never give up. Keep moving forward no matter what. The obstacles you face are just the beginning. Your perseverance is what will see you through to the other side. And when you finally reach your destination, you'll look back and realize that every obstacle you faced was just a part of the journey that brought you to where you were always meant to be. There are moments in life when you will face doubt. You will question your abilities, your decisions, and your worth. Life has a way of testing you, and it often feels like the world is waiting for you to fail. In those moments of doubt, it's easy to listen to the voices of negativity, to believe the doubts, and to give up on your dreams. But the truth is, self-belief is crucial. It's the foundation upon which everything else is built. Without self-belief, even the most capable individuals will struggle to achieve anything of significance. With it, there is nothing that can stop you. Self-belief is not about arrogance or overconfidence. It's not about thinking that you are better than others or dismissing your flaws. Rather, self-belief is the deep-rooted understanding that you have the strength, the ability, and the resources within you to overcome any obstacle that stands in your way. It's knowing that no matter what happens, you are capable of finding a way to succeed. When you believe in yourself, you become unstoppable. You tap into a power that is greater than any external circumstance. And you realize that your potential is limitless. The first step in building self-belief is understanding that it's not something you're born with. It's something you develop over time. It's a muscle that gets stronger the more you use it. When you face challenges and push through them, you build confidence in your abilities. Every time you succeed, no matter how small the success may seem, you prove to yourself that you are capable. You show yourself that you can handle adversity, that you can navigate difficult situations, and that you can come out on the other side stronger than you were before. These moments are crucial for building your belief in yourself. The truth is that self-belief is often tested in the most difficult times. When things are going well, it's easy to believe in yourself. But when everything seems to be falling apart, when nothing seems to be working out, that's when the true test of your belief comes. It's in these moments of hardship that you must dig deep and remind yourself of who you are and what you're capable of. The strength that you need to persevere, to keep pushing forward, and to stay committed to your goals is already inside you. It's just a matter of tapping into it. You see, life will throw curveballs at you. People will criticize you, and you will fail. You will fall short. But what matters is how you respond to those setbacks. Self-belief is not about being perfect. It's about knowing that failure is not final. It's about accepting that mistakes are a part of the journey, and that the most successful people are those who get back up after falling down. When you believe in yourself, you can see failure for what it is, a lesson. You understand that failure is simply feedback, a stepping stone towards success. You don't let it define you. Instead, you use it to grow stronger, to refine your approach, and to move closer to your goal. Another important aspect of self-belief is the ability to ignore the negative voices around you. In this world, there will always be people who doubt you, who try to hold you back, and who tell you that your dreams are too big, too unrealistic. But it's crucial to understand that their doubts are not a reflection of your potential, they are potential. They are a reflection of their own fears and limitations. When you believe in yourself, you stop relying on the validation of others. You stop seeking approval from people who may not see your vision, and you start trusting your own instincts. The people who truly matter are the ones who encourage you to keep going, even when things get tough. They believe in your potential just as much as you do, and they will support you as you continue to grow. But it's not just about ignoring the negativity of others. It's also about silencing the doubts that come from within. We all have an inner critic, that voice that tells us we're not good enough or that we don't have what it takes. The key to overcoming this inner critic is to recognize it for what it is, fear disguised as logic. That voice may sound convincing, but it's not the truth. The truth is that you are more than capable of achieving your goals. The truth is that you have everything you need inside you right now to make your dreams a reality. And when you start believing that, when you truly internalize that message, the inner critic loses its power. You learn to drown it out with your own positive affirmations, your own belief in yourself, and your own commitment to your vision. One of the biggest obstacles to self-belief is comparison. It's easy to look at others and feel like you're not measuring up, like you're falling behind or missing out. But the key to self-belief is understanding that your journey is your own. The success of others does not diminish your potential. Everyone has their own path to walk. And just because someone else is further along in their journey doesn't mean that you won't get there too. Self-belief is rooted in the understanding that your timeline is unique, that your experiences are your own, and that your journey is just as valid as anyone else's. Instead of comparing yourself to others, focus on your own progress. Celebrate the small wins, recognize how far you've come, and keep pushing forward, knowing that your time will come. When you believe in yourself, you also begin to believe in the possibilities of your future. Self-belief opens the door to opportunities that you would otherwise overlook. When you have faith in your abilities, you take chances, you step outside of your comfort zone, and you go after what you want without hesitation. You start to see the world through a different lens, one where your dreams are within reach and your goals are attainable. You stop waiting for things to happen and start making them happen. You become the creator of your own destiny, and nothing is impossible when you trust in your own power. There will be times when the road feels long, when progress seems slow, and when it feels like nothing is moving forward. It's in those moments that you must hold on to your self-belief the most. Trust that every step you take is bringing you closer to your goal. Even if you can't see the results right away, believe that your efforts are not in vain. Success is rarely instantaneous. It's a process, a journey that requires patience, persistence, and most of all, belief in yourself. The people who achieve greatness are the ones who keep going, even when they don't see immediate results. They know that their belief in themselves is the key to their success. Self-belief also means accepting yourself for who you are, flaws and all. It's about knowing that you don't have to be perfect to achieve great things. You don't have to have everything figured out, and you don't have to have all the answers. What you need is the confidence to take action, to trust that even if you stumble along the way, you can still get back up and keep going. The path to success is not linear, and it's not about being flawless. It's about being consistent, about believing in your worth, and about knowing that you are enough just as you are. Ultimately, self-belief is the foundation of everything you want to achieve in life. Without it, you will always second-guess yourself, hold back from pursuing your goals, and let fear stand in your way. But when you believe in yourself, when you truly trust in your own abilities, there is no limit to what you can accomplish. Self-belief doesn't mean that you will never face challenges or setbacks. It means that you will face them with confidence and determination. It means that you will trust yourself to handle whatever comes your way. You are capable of far more than you give yourself credit for. And the more you believe in yourself, the more you will realize that your potential is limitless. So when the doubts creep in, when the challenges feel too heavy, and when the road ahead seems uncertain, remember this: you are enough. You are capable. You are worthy of success. Trust yourself, believe in yourself, and keep going. The world needs your gifts, your talents, and your unique perspective. When you believe in yourself, you give yourself the power to create the life you desire. Don't wait for permission from others, and don't let fear stop you. You have everything you need inside you right now to achieve your dreams. All you have to do is believe it. Change is inevitable. It is a constant in life, often appearing when we least expect it, challenging us in ways that are sometimes difficult to understand. But while many fear change, it is one of the most powerful forces for personal growth and transformation. Embracing change means stepping outside of your comfort zone, facing uncertainty, and allowing yourself to grow into the person you are meant to become. It's about letting go of old ways, old beliefs, and old habits that no longer serve you, and welcoming the new opportunities, experiences, and possibilities that lie ahead. Growth does not happen without change. In fact, change is the very catalyst that sparks growth. Think about it: without change, you would remain stagnant, caught in the same patterns and routines, never progressing or evolving. Change forces you to look at the world from a new perspective, to challenge your assumptions, and to test your limits. It pushes you to break free from the constraints of your past and move toward the person you have the potential to become. It may be uncomfortable, it may be difficult, and it may require more effort than you ever thought possible, but growth cannot occur without change. Change is not something to fear, it is something to embrace, because it is through change that we discover who we truly are and what we are capable of achieving. The process of embracing change and growth starts with the willingness to let go. Letting go of the old ways of thinking, of the habits and behaviors that have kept you stuck, and of the fear that holds you back. Letting go doesn't mean giving up, it means making room for something new, something better, something that will push you toward the life you truly desire. It requires courage to let go of the familiar, to step into the unknown, and to trust that the change you are embracing will lead to something greater than you ever imagined. One of the most difficult things about change is the fear of the unknown. When everything around you is shifting, it's easy to feel lost, unsure, and uncertain of where you're going. But the truth is, the unknown is not something to fear, it's something to explore. It's in the unknown that the greatest opportunities lie, waiting for you to discover them. When you open yourself up to the possibilities of change, you allow yourself to take risks, to try new things, and to discover new strengths and talents you never knew you had. You might not have all the answers right away, and the path may not be clear, but trust that with each step, you are growing, learning, and evolving into the person you are meant to become. In order to embrace change, it's important to recognize that change is not always linear. It's not always a straight path toward improvement. There will be setbacks, challenges, and moments of doubt along the way. Growth is not about perfection, it's about progress. It's about continuing to move forward even when the road is difficult and continuing to believe in your ability to adapt and overcome. Change may feel chaotic at times, but it's through that chaos that transformation happens. It's through those struggles that you find your strength, and it's through those challenges that you build resilience. Sometimes the changes we face are external things that happen outside of our control. A job loss, a change in relationships, a health crisis, or a shift in the economy can all force us to confront new realities and adapt to new circumstances. These changes are often uncomfortable and unsettling, but they are also opportunities for growth. They force us to rethink our priorities, reevaluate our goals, and take a deeper look at who we are and what we want out of life. While it may be difficult to accept these changes at first, they often lead to a stronger, more empowered version of ourselves. Other times, the change we need to embrace is internal. It's the change that comes from within when we decide to let go of old beliefs or habits that no longer serve us. This type of change can be even more challenging because it requires us to confront the parts of ourselves that we've been avoiding. It requires us to face our fears, our insecurities, and our limitations head on. But when we do this, we open ourselves up to personal growth in ways we never thought possible. Internal change allows us to break free from the chains of our past, to release the negative patterns that have held us back, and to step into the fullness of who we are meant to be. One of the most important aspects of embracing change is developing a mindset of adaptability. The world is constantly changing, and in order to thrive, we must be willing to adapt. This doesn't mean that we have to accept every change that comes our way without question, but it does mean that we need to be flexible enough to adjust when necessary. Adaptability allows us to navigate the ups and downs of life with resilience and grace. It allows us to stay open to new possibilities, to learn from our mistakes, and to keep moving forward even when things don't go according to plan. In many ways, embracing change is a process of shedding old layers and becoming the person you were always meant to be. Just as a snake sheds its skin in order to grow, we too must let go of our old selves in order to evolve. This process may feel painful at times, as it often involves leaving behind people, places, or situations that we have grown attached to. But in order to grow, we must make room for the new, the unknown, and the unfamiliar. It is through this shedding of the old that we make space for new opportunities, new experiences, and new ways of thinking. As you embrace change, it's important to cultivate patience with yourself. Growth takes time, and change does not happen overnight. You may not see immediate results, and you may encounter setbacks along the way. But the key is to stay committed to the process, even when it feels difficult. Trust that the small steps you are taking every day are leading you towards something greater. Change is a journey, not a destination, and every step forward, no matter how small, brings you closer to becoming the best version of yourself. Another important aspect of embracing change is maintaining a positive outlook. It's easy to get discouraged when things aren't going as planned, but having a positive mindset can make all the difference. When you choose to see change as an opportunity rather than a threat, you begin to approach it with curiosity rather than fear. A positive mindset allows you to focus on the possibilities rather than the problems. It helps you stay motivated and hopeful even when things feel uncertain. It's about choosing to believe that every change, no matter how challenging, is an opportunity for growth and transformation. Growth is not always comfortable, but it is always worth it. When you embrace change, you create the space for your dreams to become a reality. You give yourself permission to evolve, to explore, and to become the person you were always meant to be. Change is not something to fear, it's something to embrace with open arms. It is through change that we grow, that we become more resilient, more adaptable, and more capable of achieving our goals. Life is full of change, and rather than resisting it, we should learn to lean into it. Because in the end, it's the changes we embrace that shape us into the best versions of ourselves. When you embrace change, you free yourself from the limitations of the past. You stop clinging to what was and start focusing on what can be. You open yourself to new opportunities and new experiences that you might have once overlooked. You allow yourself to step into the unknown with confidence, knowing that growth will follow. Change is the gateway to new beginnings, and when you learn to embrace it, you unlock the full potential of who you are. Embracing change and growth is a lifelong journey. There will always be more to learn, more to experience, and more opportunities to evolve. But as long as you remain open to change and committed to growth, you will continue to move forward, to transform, and to become the person you are destined to be. The journey may not always be easy, but it will always be worth it. Change is not something to fear, it is the path to greatness. So embrace it and allow yourself to grow into the person you were always meant to become. The best is yet to come.